Hello to all you dear Scorpios. This is your monthly horoscope for Scorpio, just Scorpio, for November of 2022. A lot of people ask me to do this, and I have to be honest here, I appreciate you all so much that it is a very done with pleasure to do these extra videos. I don't know what's happening with this channel, but it's growing so fast, and it's like a two-way stream, of course, because people are subscribing and they are commenting, they are ordering readings, and of course then I get more energy and I want to put out there more. So keep on going, I would say. Now, Scorpios, how are you doing? There are two major things here happening. But I want to talk about, of course, the eclipses, also the Mars square Neptune, and what Venus is doing, because it's in your sign and up until the 17th. But let's get started with those eclipses. So you're going to have on the 8th of November another eclipse, a lunar one, where it is in your opposite house, so your relationship house. So there's definitely a lot happening on the relationship level. This is for this in particular, this eclipse is on 16 degrees. So if you've got like 16 degrees of Scorpio, you will feel it tremendously. But as these eclipses are in all kinds of degrees, you will feel this if you are a Scorpio. And full stop. So what is this all about? The Scorpios are feeling now like no other that there are parts of themselves that are extremely toxic and that it needs to go. And the Scorpios, they know themselves. They are the sign out of all the other signs that are not going to fool themselves easily. They do a lot of introspection. They do a lot of looking at their own shadow. And but it's not an easy thing to shift it. Once they get the knowledge, it's the practice of doing the new things. And that's not an easy thing. And I'll tell you why, because Scorpios know that it's a fixed sign. So they stick to old habits. And that's why it's so difficult for them to, when things occur that are very important for them, it's difficult to make a change. But once they make a change, they're like done with it, and they're transformed. Right? So it takes a little bit more time. So give yourself time. When you are saying like, nothing ever changes, I keep falling into my drama, I keep falling into things of myself that are, that I'm hooked on, whether it is a person that you know that is bad for you, whether it is a job that you know that is no longer suiting you because it's not you. All these things, they go back to the thing of, yes, there is something new there for sure, but I have to get rid of the old first and foremost. And that's the most difficult thing for a Scorpio, because they invested so much. That's the first thing. And the second is that you can be, and this is it sounds a little bit sick, but it's the truth, and you will know it, that a person or a Scorpio energy can be addicted to something that is known, but that is toxic, rather than something new that they know is better for them. But they're just afraid of the newness of that. So we can be stick to our own dramas, to negative things, like when it's away, then what? Let's say you have done, because of these eclipses already, already the Scorpio eclipse, maybe you've kind of said, okay, done with this connection, because it was not healthy for me and not even for them. And now what? You're having all that energy, and all that energy that was invested in the negativity of the relationship, and it was drama, and you were, in a way, you could be addicted to that in some sort of way. It sounds sick, I know, but stick to this, because there's a reason for that. That has to do with trauma that is connected to the sign of Scorpio. We all have Scorpio somewhere in our chart. There is, for all of us, we were in our lives connected to trauma. And the thing is here that you are now at a very important time, because you can heal from it. So when you've been triggered, don't, don't think that this is, it's never ever going to turn around. You are actually super, super close now with this energy. You are at the the door is next to you, to the new life, to the newness, which is the moon and Uranus in your 7th house, which is new people, which is new energy on a relationship level, which is liberation when it comes to doing relationships. And liberation, I mean, without the toxicity of I want to manipulate, or they are manipulating you. It's what you exude that you get back. So what an interesting time for the Scorpios. I could go on and on. But because it's so deep, but it's so, once you understand it, it's like, wow, the consciousness is 50%. And then the work, of course, needs to be done. But that will be done by pointing towards this Uranus and this North Node in your 7th house. Other people will point it towards you, for sure, for sure. So yes, all things of your person. It could be for some of you that it's not about a job or anything or work, but it's about your own personality, that some things need to go because it's not serving you anymore. Like for instance, maybe you were a go-getter and you feel now at whatever age it is that you're saying like, I always overinvest, I always do too much, and that's not attractive at all. And the penny drops, and now you can shift your connections. Like, I'm not going to jump into dramas anymore because I'm going to hold myself back for myself and protect myself in that way. Or the other way around, maybe you are that Scorpio that protects yourself way too much, and because of that you're craving for intimacy, but of course you can't get it because you are blocking yourself. Once you release that, and there is a lot of possibility that that already happened around the eclipse in Scorpio on the 26th of October, you can let other energy come in and energy of other people. It is very beautiful healing energy, but you have to be very, very aware of it, because it's if not, you're directly into the drama. And yes, it's like through the crisis, through the drama, you are standing above yourself, you could say, but you are standing above your ego and your desires. And that is a mastering. And that's why Scorpio, a lot of people who have been doing that, the self-introspection, but also the work, they are strong and they empower others. So this is for you as well. And with this Venus in Scorpio in your 1st house, there is self-love amongst all of this, so that you don't drag yourself down too much. There is self-love. There is this Venus in your sign up until the 17th, which is great. And then Venus is going to shift into Sagittarius, your 2nd house of self-worth. So this is all positive news. And then Mars, your ancient ruler, squares up to Neptune for the whole month, goes backwards into your 8th house. Again, this is all about you getting to know yourself even better. I don't care how old you are. Even if you're 72, there's still parts of you that you explore, and that you know, like the layers of an onion. Oh, I thought I knew myself. Oh, there's another part I didn't know, and so on. This is this Mars in the 8th house. This is battling your fears. This is battling your fears of rejection, your fears of not belonging, and all the good stuff. And it's making you insecure because your ruler squares to Neptune. But it's only temporary. It's only temporary. So if this month you feel like, I don't know where I'm heading, I don't know, all these insecurities, it means that you're doing a lot of work. It means that you're working hard. You're standing still. You're introspecting. You're retrospective or introspective. I don't know. You're thinking about your actions. And it's a good time to look deep into like the occult, the metaphysical side of life. So some of you could be studying that a little bit more whilst Mars is going retrograde as from the 31st of October. So a lot of you could be relearning some stuff around that, and it's gonna give you more power, you know, not being needy. That is the key word as well for Scorpio. A strong Scorpio is a Scorpio that is above their own needs. So you're going to know your needs, you're going to explore your needs, and you are going to empower yourself by seeing it. That's the true power and strength that you're having. And you focus on the strengthening of the self. You focus on you. Venus in the first house. You go for that new wardrobe or a new haircut, whatever. You're going to spoil yourself in that, in these little ways. Why not? And it's going to give you those changes. And also trust issues can come up here, but what you exude, you get back. So don't focus on if other people are trustworthy or not. I mean, that's focusing too much on others. If they're not, it's out of your control. You focus on you and you make sure that you are trustworthy. I mean, you cannot go wrong. On this very wise note, I'll leave it to this, and thanks again for watching these videos. Bye bye. Have a very good month.